I've noticed that many of you have the opportunity to get a platform and you'll tell everybody about all your problems. You'll tell everybody about all the persecutions and all the things that you've gone through and what's wrong with you. Well, I did that one time. And I remember going to a prayer meeting 30 miles from here, and I took my guitar with me, and I was going to do a message on spiritual gifts. So when I got there, I started praying for folks to have spiritual gifts, and one guy took my guitar and put it in his hand and laid my hands on his, and I said, here's a D, and here's an A, and here's a G, and now you can play music. Well, he did, and he became an evangelist, traveling around playing his guitar and singing and preaching, and he was really good. One thing, boom, and he just took off. Well, a few years later, the same man that I had laid hands on, he said, look, can I come by your church and talk to you? And I said, well, sure. So when he got here, he started telling me about some things that I was saying. He says, you have talked about everything in the world, and he says, the Lord spoke to me and told me that you are destroying everything with your mouth. And I said, well, I certainly am not. I was incensed about that. I was careful about how I talked, I thought. He said, no, you're being the victim. And he says, I know there's been a lot of stuff happen, but you're like that all the time, and you need to quit. Well, I said, well, you're all wrong. And he looks at me and he goes, all right, hold it. I'm just the messenger. This is what God told me. You deal with it. You want to judge that, fine, whatever. But anyway, I've delivered my message and I got to go. Well, okay. So I got to praying about that. I said, Lord, I don't do that. And the Lord quickly spoke to me and he says, oh, yes, you are. And everything that is good, you've torn it down with your mouth because you feel like everybody wants to hear about all your problems. And I went, what? Some of you are like that. You want to tell everybody your problems and what your maladies are and how sick you are and how mad you are and how frustrated you are and how you can't get along with people or they can't get along with you, and you got bad relationships with your spouse, your kids, and your family and the people you work with, and you want to tell about everything. Well, you're trying to get somebody to get on your side. Well, I want to tell you something. People really don't care. Maybe if some of them come along and you've got something that's seriously wrong with you, they'll go, well, look, I'll pray for you. But when they pray for you, they expect that your problem is going to be healed, whatever it is. So if you keep talking about it, all you're going to do is bring it back on yourself. Take your mouth off of your body and your brain and quit spewing the poison out there to other people. And the things that you've been trying to build up, quit tearing it down with your mouth. The words you speak are life and death. They really are. You can speak life to your body. For instance, wasn't long ago, I had some breathing problems in the hospital. Now, I'm not a victim here. And they gave me a bunch of medicine. I said, all right, I'm going to start praying about that, and I'm not going to just tell everybody. So I started praying for my lungs and my bronchial tubes and my sinuses and my heart. Every day I'd pray for them. Guess what? I got better and better and better. If I'd have kept telling everybody about it, it'd have gotten worse and worse and worse. But I didn't do that. And then you don't have anybody to pray for you. Pray for yourself. Your words are powerful, and you can literally change your body and its sickness and illness into health if you will pray over yourself. Just because you don't have somebody to pray for you doesn't mean you can't. Some people, oh, look, I want you to pray for me, and they'll start naming 5 or 10 or 20 different things. Well, I'm not God. They want to tell me about all their problems. Even God doesn't even do that. Now, I'm not saying God don't do that. I mean, you may tell him 20, 30, 100 times of things that you've got maladies and people problems and things like that. He might answer you. But generally, if you got one thing, let's say you're blind. Oh, God, would you heal my blindness? I will. God, would you heal my leprosy? I will. Will you heal my cancer? Yes, I will. But don't just go out there and start spewing stuff, because all that is just victimhood. It's some stuff you've got to straighten out yourself. And literally, if you got sickness, you need to pray for yourself if no one else will do it. And I'm going to tell you what, you're going to start having a good attitude and people won't come around you again. They'll want to enjoy your company. They really will. So watch your tongue. Don't let your tongue take away the special gifts God's trying to put in your life. Love you guys. God bless you and go in peace. Bye.